Alright, so looking back at the last video that I made, which was about or uploaded, was probably a couple hours or so ago. I pretty much did not like how long it was, because what we were doing was pretty simple, I would say. Pretty much just creating a view app without the CLI is really, really simple and it should not have taken such a long time. So I decided I'm going to just create another tutorial that pretty much does the same thing, but this time we're going to be working with which is Vite, which is hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is the new templating or tooling library or framework or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it is that is used for the front end nowadays. I wanted to say Vue, but you can use with different front end applications as well. So as a result of that, I'm just gonna say with front end framework. So we're gonna JavaScript framework actually. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. So I have my terminal already open, so we can go to um we can cd into what it's called again. I have YouTube projects and then I have Vue. So we only have the app that we would have created before. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a directory in here called Vite app no CLI, because that's pretty much the theme that we're running with at this point. We're gonna cd in here and then we're gonna make a directory. Well, we are not making any directory, we're just cd into here, and in here we have nothing. So we can go ahead now and just start what we need. First things first, add in our package.json. So we do a yarn init because I am using yarn. The name is correct. The version is okay. So we can call this view vite or vite vue.js app. Vite vue.js application created without using the CLI, because technically it's not necessarily the Vue CLI that's using to create the Vite app. It's actually the whole V thing. We're gonna be using the main.js. The URL for this one is github.com/edu Fedorae/Vite app no CLI um no CLI.git. And I'm just realizing that I'm just remembering that I actually did not create made the repository public for you guys. So I think I need to do that. I don't remember. I think I did, but I'm just gonna have to double check that. So we're gonna go for Fedorae education for the author for this one, and MIT license is fine. Um, this is a public thing. I could just put false, but I'm gonna just leave it as is so we can cat this now. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. So now this is what we have here, and that is pretty much our base template there, you can say. So the next thing now is just to add the different packages that we need. The fortunate thing, the amazing thing is that the only dev dependency that we need here is, well, the only dependency, the main dependency is Vue, which is pretty awesome. And this is using Vue 3, so we're getting the latest version of Vue 3 here, which is 3.2.31. So it has pretty much everything that we need in here. Next thing is that we are going to need to add some dev dependencies, which is just two of them, and this is basically for running the Vite server that you'll need. So we're gonna do yarn add, and don't forget to put the tac dev to add those to the dev dependencies. So we need Vite obviously, and we also need the Vite plugin view, so vitejs/plugin view. And those are pretty much the dev dependencies that we need, and this is what will be running the server. If you watched the previous tutorial, we would have installed the CLI service to actually be able to run the server. So now I can cat this, and there we go. So we have Vue as a dependency, and we also have Vite and the plugin view as a dev dependency. We're gonna have to now edit this file. So I'm gonna come up here and we are going to just create out the template here. Scripts. So this is our scripts, and we have 3 different commands that we'll be running here. First one is the dev, which is basically gonna just run Vite, and the next one is going to be build, which is basically when we're building this out for production. So we're just gonna say Vite build, and I like how these names are so simple. The other one is serve, and here we are going to do a Vite preview, and this is for previewing it. I'm assuming after, I think this is after we would have built this out. So that is pretty much it. I don't know why this is giving me an error. Oh, there we go. So it was fixed. Awesome. So what we're gonna do now is just to save this, because that's pretty much all that we need. And one of the reasons why I decided to use this method here is for the fact that we don't, with the Vite applications, we actually don't put the Vite, the index.html file inside of the public folder. Is actually in the main source, which for me I think is pretty awesome. But we're gonna go ahead now and just make the actual directories, because they're still needed. So we're gonna go ahead and create the public directory, and we're also going to create the source directory, and I'm gonna actually cd into the source now. And we have nothing in here. So in here is where we're going to be creating the main.js file, and I did the same thing that I did before. So we're gonna go ahead and do a vim main.js, and in here what we need to do is the same thing that we did before, because it's a Vue 3 application. So we're gonna import the app. So import create app from Vue. I'm gonna go for single quotes from Vue, and we also need to import app, and this is the app.vue file. So we need to grab that as well. We need to create that, I should say. So we're gonna do that a little bit from now. So that's what we need to import, and here we're gonna do create app, and we're gonna pass app in here, and then we're gonna go ahead and mount this onto the element, the div element here. So the app div element, and again this will be the div element that is going to be in the index.html file. So now that is pretty much it for that. So we can go ahead and save this, and there we go, we can have that. What I'm gonna do again is just to touch the app.vue. We're not gonna create this just yet. I'm just gonna follow the same sequence as we did with the other tutorial. So we're gonna cd out, and then we're just gonna go into, this is the root directory, and then we're gonna go ahead and just create what we're gonna create now is pretty much just the index.html file, and it's a little bit different from the one before. But you'll see, what did I just do? So you'll see that it's a little bit different. So we're gonna go ahead and do a vim index.html. It's not very all that different, but it's just a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and create the structure as I usually do, and that's doc type HTML, and we're gonna go ahead and say HTML. I'm gonna close this out, and the first thing we need, head, close that out as well. And in the head, I'm only going to put the title in here, and end this out. So the title is just going to be Vite app no CLI, same concept, no CLI, and then we can just add the body of the application. All right, so in here, we're gonna just go ahead and do add the div that we need with the ID on here of app. And again, as I had mentioned before, this is where files will be injected in. And the next thing, or the unique thing, or the new thing that is here, is pretty much that we also have a script tag. So this file actually takes a type of module, and this module here is coming from the source main.js. So it's pretty much just the main.js. So it's the app that we would have created. That is pretty much what we're grabbing back in here. So that is it. So we have the title, the basic structure, the title, and we're also importing the script, or we're adding the script to the bottom of the file here. So that is pretty much it. I can come out of this now and save it, and we should be pretty much fine from there in terms of the main configs there. One other thing that we need to add is just the config for Vite. I want to believe that we could actually run this app at this point, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know that the config is actually important, so we're gonna go ahead and add this, and I need to actually do some additional research on this, so just to ensure that I'm not telling you guys anything that's not accurate. So I'll just update my knowledge on that. So we're gonna import the define conf, and this is coming from Vite. And we also need to import view from at vitejs.plugin view. And I need to actually enclose this in quotes. And now what we're gonna do is just export the config. And again, I actually don't think this is necessary, because what I'm gonna do is actually just delete it and then see what happens from there, because I really don't think this is something that is necessary. This is just to add additional config. That is what I'm thinking right now. So let me just add plugins, and here just gonna add view as a function. So this is pretty much it as it relates to the config here, just exporting this to the app so that we can have it. So now if I go ahead and do a yarn vite, then we should have the server already running, and that is how fast this thing is. I'm telling you, it is incredible. The first time I saw this, I was amazed. I was truly amazed. But there's nothing here, but you can see that we actually got the title. But the reason why there's nothing there is because we actually forgot to add the app.view file, which is something that I said that I was going to add, but I just totally forgot to add it, which is quite weird. So we're gonna go ahead and cd into source. I added it, but there was nothing inside of it, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and vim the app.view file, and in here, obviously, we need our template tags, and we can do a div and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before, which is just to add an h1 in here that says Fedorae education, and down here I'm gonna break this out and then add another div because this is view, 3, so we don't need to have one single div, and that is something that I really love about this update. And in here we can just put strong tag that says Vite Vuejs application created without using the CLI. So that is what we created. So Vuejs application without using CLI. So we can save this, and if I clear this out and just not that, we're gonna do a yarn Vite. That's what I should be doing. And look at that. This is how extremely fast the server is. It is incredible. And yeah, so that was pretty much it. I don't think I took as long as I did in the next one, in the other tutorial. So yeah, that is pretty much it. You can leave a comment to let me know what you think, and if you have any questions or concerns or anything you want to share. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.